So I made a theory about Penny going to Cortondo a while ago, but even though I made this theory, I feel like I left a lot of key information and hidden clues within the game. So in this video, I'm going to jump into things you might have missed and even might not even think about when I said this theory earlier. So please make sure to subscribe, as this took a lot of time to make. So jumping back before Penny even created Team Star, I'm assuming she had her own Pokemon at the time, which was Eevee, a Pokemon she cared a lot about.
Also, Penny attended the academy taking step, and it led her to learn how to hack and bypass security for league points.
Now you might think she was happy with all this power, which is actually true, but she also became very lonely. All this power she had, she barely was able to share with friends, since she had no one except for Eevee. Penny struggled a lot making friends since she is very shy and didn't feel like she fitted in with the crowd. It kinda made her want to leave the academy and try to fit in somewhere else. But she eventually learned about other students getting bullied by other kids and really wanted to help them out. So she later gets this crazy idea about forging a team to end bullying and hopefully make new friends. Although, she hides herself calling the kids she wanted to be in this operation because she didn't want to be laughed at for coming up with some stupid solution they weren't going to be in. Now when they agreed to the operation, she kept calling them but never got the courage to meet them. This is due to her procrastinating several times. She thought that they would expect someone else or someone more different, so she kept her distance. And this bad habit eventually led her to not even meet her friends and led her to be banished for 18 months. Now the game says her punishment was supposed to be to return the Galar. However, there are hints in the game that make me think that she went to Cortondo instead. And what's interesting is the first clue is right when you meet her. Penny is standing on the left side of the plateau, which is the side where someone will cross into Cortondo, and this is during the whole time we were there. But you might be thinking they could have just placed her there, right? Well, there are more hints I found. Her talking about running away, her mentioning about snacks when the gym leader is a baker, and even somehow having a terrestrialization that isn't the normal type for that Pokemon. And I'm not even touching the good ones. Let's look at the type of Pokemon she encounters in Area 0. In Pokemon Violet, she encounters a Delibird, or Iron Bundle. Now she would know Delibird's name for two reasons: Delibird presence, or the fact that Delibird delivers things to her because of her online shopping. Now in Pokemon Scarlet, she encounters Jigglypuff, or Screamtail. Now how would she know Jigglypuff's name? There are no shops that have Jigglypuff's name on it, and it's probably rare to have a Jigglypuff deliver something to you. And that's the interesting part, because Jigglypuff can be found in Cortondo, the place I'm guessing she's at. So clearly, I have so far 5 facts about her not leaving Paldea. And how much facts are we given about her returning to Galar? Only 1. And it's not even from her. It's from the board director Harrington, who we only get like 2 scenes with him at Ortega's base. So maybe you might want to think about who you want to trust in this game. But you also might be thinking about what Penny did in Cortondo. And to be honest, I think I can guess what happened down there. So remember that Eevee I told you about and that Penny cared a lot about her Eevee? Well, my guess is on that day she ran, it evolved into Sylveon. See, making that choice to confess in front of Harrington might have put Penny in an emotional state that made her very upset, and given her description of her family, she felt that she couldn't return and show them what disaster she had created in Paldea. So when Eevee saw her upset, it chose to evolve into Sylveon to help Penny keep her spirits up while being away. And actually, it wasn't just Sylveon who helped her be happy, it was all the new Eevee friends she had made. You see, after her failure of making friends, I think she decided to try and instead make Sylveon some friends since she felt that she isn't giving enough love to her Pokemon Sylveon. So along the way, she gets 5 more Eevees which evolve into different types, which I believe to also have different personalities. And I can tell you my opinions on how they acted. Starting with Jolteon, he can be very hyper, but he seems like he can be tired out really quickly. Next up is Leafeon, who is the opposite of Jolteon, and is usually the one who loves to sleep, just like Rowlet in the Pokemon anime. For Flareon and Vaporeon, I'm actually not sure about who they are exactly, but I can tell you that they both get along very well with each other. Umbreon is probably the most antisocial for the others, since he prefers the darkest places the most. And of course there's Sylveon, who I literally just explained a minute ago. And that's pretty much my whole entire theory of Cortondo, but there's one last thing I want to cover. Why would Penny decide to return to the academy? Well, she wouldn't just return for no reason, or because she was bored and wanted excitement. So the only possibility I could see her returning will be if she got convinced to go back. And there's one thing I think triggered her mind to want to come back, and that is terrestrialization. Terrestrialization is a new mechanic that is very new to Pokemon battling,
And I can tell you it's very new since all the Team Star bosses don't have or use any type of it. So now the only thing is, how did Penny even learn about this?
Well, while doing some research, I think the story went like this. One day, Penny decides to get something at Katie's bakery, and she decides to try a new symbol of Pokemon food said to have included a new ingredient, which were the Fairy Terra crystals. Katie was a student to Kofu, and I believe would definitely still try new things. So when she tried it, Penny decides to look up what Terra crystals were since she hasn't even heard of such a thing in her life, which leads her to learn about terrestrialization. She learns that in order to use terrestrialization, she has to get a Terra Orb, which was nearly impossible to get at the time since they are rare and not even selling them online. But there's still a chance she could get the orb. But to do it, she had to re-enter the academy. The good news was that her attendance for some reason was only marking her absent. But like I said earlier, her fear of the academy still pervaded her. But even though this fear was within her, she still really wanted to try and use translation with Sylvia, so she decided to re-attend the academy.
Now when she was re-entering the academy, I think she hesitates to go up the stairs, and I believe almost decides to return to Cortondo until the Star Girls ask her to sign up for Team Star. And when they asked her, it brought back all her memories of Team Star as we then appeared to try to save her. And that pretty much sums up why I think Penny went to Cortondo instead of returning to Galar. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe and thank you so much for watching this video.